Starting up in tech as a novice was a very difficult task for me because I did not have a straight path. I never had a mentor. I never had somebody who could actually show me how to go about the whole process because I was kind of naive and I never even know anything about the whole tech and era. But there's one thing I know I was very, very conscious of is my interest because I actually know what to do. I already know that I want to go into computer programming. So now what I needed was a mentorship, which it took me several years before I could understand that. So my name is Sylvester and today in this video we'll be talking about how you can start up in tech as a newbie. Yes, we'll be talking about how you can start up in tech as a newbie. As a newbie in tech, there's a lot of hindrance, there's a lot of stuff that's going to stop you from going forward, ranging from getting a good PC to getting a good mentorship and there's a lot of it. But in today's video, I'm going to trash out the different key points on how to start up as a newbie in tech. So if you know you're new to my channel, you kindly subscribe to my channel and also kindly click the like button if you see along the line you are liking this video because it helps the YouTube algorithm to share this video to a lot of people. Thank you very much. So let's dive back to the video. What is the first thing to do when you're trying to start up in tech? So I tell a lot of people that the first thing you need to do when starting up in tech is for you to identify your interest. Yes, you need to identify your interest because if you don't know your interest, how do you want to go forward? But it's kind of sketchy in a way that you are just coming up in tech. So how do you not even know your interest? Okay, I don't know what the whole tech thing is all about. I don't know what aspect in tech I'm supposed to go into, but so that's the first thing. In order to identify your interest, the first thing you need to do is for you to even know the areas in tech you are going into. So in a separate video, I'm going to be treating the different areas in tech and how you can go into them. But first thing I'm doing in this video now is you coming up as a newbie, the things you need to put in place coming up as a newbie. So the first thing I talked about is identify your interest. Once you're able to identify your interest, you sort out one part of the ordeal, starting up in tech. So the first thing you need to do is get to know the courses, I won't call it course, the aspect in tech you would like to go into. Get somebody to tell you more about it, read more about it on Google, do some Google search and read more about it. Do more research using ChatGPT to get a lot of concise information about it. So when you now know about the different aspects in tech, definitely after the explanation, a particular aspect is going to prick your interest. So once that particular aspect prick your interest, then you move with that. So after you are done identify your interest, there's one more thing, there's another thing to do, which is the next thing you need to do after identifying your interest is start learning the basics. Okay, now I understand the different aspects in tech. I know this is where my interest lies. I know that this is where I want to focus on. So the next you start learning the basics. Because the truth is that your basic is what breed your foundation. Because if your basics are not strong, your foundation is going to be very weak. And in order for you to strive more along the line as you go forward in anything you do in life apart from tech, you have to have a good foundation. And that is why you have to start learning the basics. With the basics, you can now start implementing those basics in more complicated tasks and complicated issues that might arise along in your career in tech. So that is the next thing you need to learn the basics, be good in the basics, understand it into two. So once you understand those basics into two, any task that comes up in the future, you just have to do a very basic logical thinking and be able to solve your issue. So that is the second thing you need to do in order to start up in tech. You have to learn the basics. So the next thing you have to do then after the second, okay, first I told you have to identify your interest. Second, I say you have to learn the basics. And third, now I'm talking about you joining an online community. Yes, joining an online community can be a daunting job in the sense that a lot of people don't like communicating with people. A lot of people just like being on their own. They just like being in their own space. But the truth is that I tell people for you to make it out there, don't stay in your space because how do people get to know about you? You cannot be in a cycle and in a corner and few people come and find you when you're not talking, when you're not coming out and telling people who you are and what you do and how you can affect them. So join online communities where you can collaborate with people, fellow developers, and you even apart from fellow developers, so you can join that community where you can tell them about your relevancy and the rest. So that now you are building yourself up. You are meeting people, talking about the whole tech career, your aspects in tech and the rest. And before you know, you start building a very good network of people that you can work with. So that is that in the third aspect of starting up as a newbie in tech. So joining online community. So the third we are going to talk about is we are going to talk about you building a portfolio. Yes. So you have been able to identify your interests. You have been able to start learning the basics. You've joined communities. You're now relating with people. So the next thing they will now start asking you is, what have you done? This community will now start asking you, like, okay, what have you done as your fellow developers? What have you done as a developer? What have you been able to achieve? What? So then that's when you have to go into building a portfolio. Yes, building a portfolio can never be overemphasized because this is the ground-breaking rule in order to get your feet in the market. Yes, a lot of people see it as daunting, but the truth is that if you don't have a good portfolio, a lot of people won't take you serious. Let's be frank. Just like you going out to meet a painter who is telling you I'm a good painter and is not able to show you the past jobs, the past projects he has worked on, you kind of see that you will lose interest because you will not have confidence in that painter. But if a painter is coming to meet you and tell you these are jobs I've worked on, these are houses I've painted, these offices I've worked on, you kind of become relieved because you feel, okay, this is the right man for the job. So that's why you have to build your portfolio. So in anything you are doing, you have to build a portfolio. You have to be able to give reference to what you've done. So I know it's kind of dicey when you talk about building a portfolio because you can say I'm a newbie, but in order to build my portfolio, I might not supposed to have a job. Yes, you're supposed to get a job in order to build a portfolio, but there's one thing you need to understand is that you can start building a portfolio without even having a job. Try your own projects. You can give yourself 10 projects in the next 2 months. You can say, okay, I want to finish work on 10 projects. So you dedicate yourself on learning. And along the process of building the 10 projects, you see you start learning more things, what you don't even expect, what you don't even know in the future, what you don't even know before now. So that's what is good when it comes to building a portfolio. And you will see, once you build your portfolio, it will now become relevant because when people ask you what have you done, you are easily able to just send them your resume and input what you've done, and then put links of what you've done, and people are able to review what you've done. And the next thing, most time that give you room for interviews. It don't just give you job anywhere, but at least it give you a way on getting interviews with these people and be able to show them what you are worth. Because without a good portfolio, people don't want to even have an interview with you. You are already delisted from the first page of your listing of your website you already delisted on the first page of your project, like of your interview phase. So that is that coming up as a newbie in tech. The next part we are going to be touching today is we're going to be talking about how you can start attending events. Yes, attend events, attend functions, because the truth is that these events make you meet higher people in tech, people that have actually done good for themselves in tech. Because the truth is, in every field you are going into, there are people who are already there before you. There are people who understand the terrain. There are people who understand how it goes. So if you attend events, you have more possibility of meeting these people, unlike trying to book meetings with them one-on-one in their offices. But events is time whereby a lot of people are relaxed, a lot of people are just out there to have fun. So by the time you can meet these people, yeah, you can be able to exchange contacts and be able to get to meet these people one-on-one and relate with them on a very neutral basis. So that is why it's good for you to actually attend events and make sure that these events are good events, not just anyhow events, are good events that you are able to network with other persons. So with that being said, next thing I'm going to be talking about is your next stage in tech. You are able to do all these things. You are able to identify your interests. You are able to start learning the basic. You've joined communities. You've built your portfolios. You've started attending events. So the next thing now you have to do is apply for internship. So you can see why attending events and joining communities is good. So you've already made that network. You've already attended events. You've already gotten people, some persons behind your finger. These people are able to just help you to you're able to talk to these people at any time you like. So now the next thing you need to do is apply for internships. Yeah, start applying for internships, because when you apply for internship, it's very easy for you to now start landing job because you've already built a portfolio. You can say, okay, this person knows what he's doing, so okay, let's give this person a try in our organization. So from those internships, most times you don't go into paid internship. It's just normal internship. But one good thing about when you are working with a good company as an intern, along the line they make you a full-time staff. Once they see that you are good, they are diligent, and you know your onions, you know what you are doing. So a lot of them tend to bring you in on board. And even though you are not being brought on board, it does not mean you are not good enough. Maybe at that point in time, the company does not have a space to fill up. But the good thing is that you will now have a leverage in showing people what you've been able to, what you have worked on, the project you have been able to work on in the past company, and people are now able to see your relevancy. And sometimes, just with the kind of project you've done, people don't even have to seek an interview with you, they just get the job right away. That, especially when you are into freelancing. So that's why it's good for you to apply for internship. When you are, and one thing I always advise people when you are as an intern, don't ever try to outshine your masters, maybe your seniors and the rest. Just be loyal, do what you need to do. Look at them, what they are teaching you, understand what they are doing, monitor what they are doing, and see what they are doing and you are not doing right. And with that, you are good to go. So the next thing I'll now tell you, which is the last I will tell you as a newbie, keep learning. Because the truth is that at every point in the time in your life, you have to keep learning in order to improve. Because the truth is, in tech, different technology come out day by day. A lot of people are out there bringing up new technologies, and your own work now in tech as it is for you to keep learning the new technologies out there, the things that need to be done. Try improving on your own set. Don't jump around. What I advise you, don't jump around. If you are, let me give an example of you being a front-end developer. If you are a front-end developer, focus on that. Make sure you master your skills. Don't even think about anything. Keep working on it. Be good in what you do. At the end of the day, you see that it start working out for you. So that is that for that. And thank you for joining us today, and hope you understand what I've done. So I'll be giving a rundown again what I just said in this video. I said, you're starting up as a newbie. The first thing you need to do is for you to identify your interests. Yes, identify your interest. Second is, after identifying your interest, second thing you need to do as a newbie is for you to start learning the basics, isn't it? Yes, that is the next thing. Start learning the basics. What you need to do is start you join communities that you can align with. After joining community, you start building your portfolio, and after building your portfolio, you now start you now start attending events in order to meet people. Then the next thing you have to do is apply for internships, and after you start applying for internship, you are now good in what you are doing. Along the lines, the next thing is keep learning. You have to keep learning, and don't to be honest with you, the sky will not just be your limit, but the sky will be your starting point. Thank you very much for this video. If you love what I just did in this video, if you love the breakdown, kindly access my channel in order to subscribe to the channel, and also click on the like button so a lot of people is going to see this video. Keep in touch, because I'm going to be doing a lot of this along the line on my YouTube channel. I'm not just going to stop there. I'm going to keep giving a lot of tips, a lot of insight about the old tech space, and along the line we're going to be starting up some trainings which will affect you. Not just now, I won't just be talking about just joining how to join. Now I'm going to be taking some trainings that can help you to start up your career in tech. Thank you very much. And if you know you have any project pertaining website designing, pertaining web project, mobile app, kindly hit me up with the link, with the phone number in the link below. There we can actually discuss more about your project. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video.